Welcome to Nukhufest. I'm here with Esther, Casas, Roura.
Thank you. Hi everybody, thank you for inviting me today. I'm looking forward to watch the rest of the films.
That's right. We're going to be watching Flocky and the rest of our top 10 finalists. Be sure to join us for our Q&A afterwards.
Thank you. Ask a lot of questions, please.
Welcome to Nukhufest 2025, the 10th anniversary of our in-person festival celebrating the top filmmakers on Nukhu.com.
Yeah!
So my name is Sanjay and I'm the founder of Nukhu. Most people are trained to follow the world, but tonight we're surrounded by people that want to lead it. That's why I built Nukhu, to feel empowered when the future seems out of control and in the hands of nebulous systems. The room is full of people who believe that original ideas still matter and that audiences can be more than passive views. Thank you for showing up in person for independent film. It's been an honor to build Nukhu, to work with filmmakers, and to learn this industry from the inside out. For 10 years, I've poured everything back into this community. Time, money, mentorship, prizes, often at the expense of my own life. And 2 years ago, on the day that my grandfather passed, we still hosted Nukhufest. And for years, we've carried out this work without institutional funding, carrying the weight of a changing industry and a culture that's been trained to consume faster and care less. And the truth is, unless our online platform meaningfully grows, I can't keep running Nukhufest. This may be our last year, and if that lands hard, it should, because the work tonight deserves a future. This year, Nukhu.com became more intentional with a monetization model that doesn't only benefit filmmakers, but also viewers. We launched the Nukhu Ambassador Program and call it the beginning of the viewer economy, an extension of the creator economy. Creators set the price for films, and a real share of sales goes to creators and to viewers who help films gain visibility. We also built our own artist-driven social network called the Nuvi Club, a searchable directory of international talent. Anyone can join the Nuvi Club, post updates, articles, and create group chats. If you'd like to help, tonight and moving forward, the first thing you can do is watch and share. We need engagement. If you can pay for films, that's amazing. Half of your payments go directly to the filmmakers. If not, we also have an advertising integration that can subsidize the cost for viewers. Filmmakers get paid what they charge, regardless. The second way you can help is by becoming an ambassador. If you're the friend who always says, you gotta watch this, you're our people. Ambassadors earn cash when their community watches through their referral link. It's simple, transparent, and human-powered. And if there are any ambassadors in the room tonight, please raise your hands. Okay, great. We'll take note, connect with one of them later, and learn how you can literally make money by watching and sharing films. Something you can't do on any other platform. Another way you can support the Nukhu Foundation is by making a tax-deductible donation. Donations help us fund new voices, workshops, and programs like Nukhufest. The final way you can help is by spreading the word. Your mentions of Nukhu carry more weight in a saturated market where anyone can boost their message for $5 and get empty impressions. If we grow, our plan is to 1, commission more bold, director-driven work, 2, expand ambassador meetups and host more frequent screenings, and 3, grow foundation grants and training programs. Now I want to give a shout out to the filmmakers in attendance tonight. If you're a finalist, please stand up. Let's give a round of applause for the first filmmakers. Filmmaking is hard work, with no definitive path or metrics of success. It's art. So tonight when you're watching, pay attention to what provokes you, what lingers, and prepare questions for our Filmmaker Q&A. Before we start tonight's screenings, I want to thank our filmmakers, my friends, our volunteers, family, my parents, and my co-host, Big Mike Sangiamo. Many of you have carried this with me since our first awards ball in 2016, 10 years ago. And in another 10 years from now, I don't want to say we found great films despite the internet. I want to say we redesigned how the internet values films. And that starts here, with a room that chooses attention over distraction, and attention and action over ambivalence. And now I'd like to bring up Big Mike Sangiamo, one of the directors of the Nuku Foundation, to share what this festival means to him. Big Mike has been part of my artistic journey since I was a teenager, and he's hosted, attended, and cheered us on for years. Another round for Big Mike.
I'll be brief because I know everybody is here to see movies, because we're here because we love movies. But for some of us here in this room, the idea that the first time we got together for a Nukhufest was 10 years ago is really hard to comprehend. Because over those 10 years, we know the dedication, we know the passion that Sanjay has shown to keep this thing going and to continuously breathe life into it. Even an event like this, if you look around, soup to nuts, this is entirely something that came out of this young man's mind. But we also know, but we also know that while it's his vision, there's so many other people that are behind it. But what I am always impressed by, and quite honestly flabbergasted by, is to the extent and with such vigor his parents support this vision. Neil and Sarika, can you guys stand up for us? And it's really a testament to what can happen when you have a supportive family behind you and you have a creative and artistic endeavor. For 10 years, Nuku has meant something to people like me. People who love movies. People who love movies, people who love stories, people love the stories behind the movies. And being here tonight is something special. Being here tonight, being present to watch these finalists is something special. Because we know there are many people in the film community that are like Sanjay and have a really strong supportive structure behind them. But we also know there are many, many other filmmakers that don't have that kind of support structure. They are out there doing it on their own every day because they have passion and they have a story to tell. Nuku gives all of those filmmakers, whether they are really supported by their community and their family structure, or if they're doing it all on their own, Nuku means something to them because it's a place where they can go. And that's why Nuku is so important to me, and I think Nuku is going to continue to be something that's important to the film community. But like Sanjay said, we need your help. So give a big round of applause for the true future of Nuku. And that's you. That is all of you. Who's excited to watch movies today? Who's excited to eat some popcorn tonight? Give me a big bag of that buttery popcorn. So before we start the show, we do have a giveaway to announce. Everybody was entered in a raffle to win a $200 Barry's gift card. Now, even though I grew up in Queens, somebody loves Queens out there. Now I feel bad. I have to say, now I am full-time Long Island.
Oh, yeah!
Better, yeah! That's right. We'll be seeing you later. So he said Barry's. I was like, that's great. What's Barry's? Barry's, they have to do marketing out on Long Island, but they are a gym, which then I thought it was all a joke. I said, you brought me in to give away the Barry's gift card? Maybe I'll just head down there tonight. Sometimes that joke lands, sometimes it doesn't. So we do have the winner that was randomly selected. I wrote it down because I have a terrible short-term memory, which is weird to be in the broadcast industry. If you hear your name, please stand up. Well, where's the card? Do you have the card? I don't know. Sanjay has the card. And the winner is... This is going to be a really exciting night. Don't you feel the excitement? Buddha Delone! Buddha does not look after we hang out, then I'm going to go see you, Buddha, and we'll go do some hanging and banging and pump some iron. Love it. So, once again, I'll ask the question. If you love movies, make some noise. If you love the stories behind the stories, make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, once again, give it up for Sanjay Singh. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Voting for the best movie is still happening. It wraps up at 8 p.m. and that's about 10 minutes from now. We're all going to find out together who wins Best Movie for Nukhufest 2025. Now, our program ended a little bit later than we had planned, but we still want to get about 10 minutes of a Q&A with any of our finalist filmmakers that are here today. So if you're here, come on up and join me, and we'll get a little Q&A started. At the end of each of those films, you saw the credits roll. You saw the names of all the people that supported that particular project. But something that's not counted in the end credits is the amount of time that goes into the films. So as we ask each of our filmmakers to introduce themselves, tell everyone which film is yours, also include a little tidbit about how much time went into this project from the time it was your first idea to the completed project. Let's start on this side.
Okay, I'm Terry Franklin, but I'm part of that little group over there. Our project started with, I guess, Jeffrey, you should probably do it because this is awfully bodacious. So
We know him.
I'm the producer.
My name's Tangelia Rouse. Everybody calls me Tangie. I'm also a producer and the hot SWAT lady in the end.
I'm Jeffrey George Moline, but I'm also awesomely bodacious. Winner, country, superstar.
And how long did this project take from the time the first idea entered your brain to the finished
Well,
product?
the story starts with my mother when she turned 80. My father had died. She didn't want to be alone anymore. She called me on the phone. It's like, I don't want to be alone the rest of my life. And I heard myself say, Mother, you don't have to. So I would say 2014, but she brought her, finally met a man. They fell in love. She brought him home to meet my brothers to Austin, Minnesota, where they make the meat products, Spam. So it's a small farm town in the middle of nowhere. And
Tonight's program is sponsored by Spam.
and he had to be brought to, her boyfriend had to be brought to the hospital. He thought he was having a heart attack, and you can only take Viagra once a day, as it turns out. And they, of course, were against him from that point because he was having sex with our mother. But I was like, no, this is a good thing. And she got like 10 years of love and romance and everything in her life. He passed away. But so there was the song first. Granny's got her groove on now that Grandpa's got the pill. And then what, maybe
So from beginning to end, that was about a
few years. But
couple
the
of
movie
years.
came together in about a year.
Oh, excellent. Wow.
But we
All right.
shot it in 10 hours.
It's 2 days.
2 days.
2 days
Two
shot.
days split up.
Wow. That's a lot of pressure for that short window of time, for all the time that came before us. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's move on.
Hi, my name is Phillips. I directed Reconciliation, the short documentary about fatherhood. And I want to shout out Elijah. Actually, all three are here, Elijah, his son, and Elijah's father. And it took me a year to make the film. Shooting it.
Excellent.
Thanks.
All right. How about
Okay,
yourself?
my name is Esther. My story is long. I lost my first child in late stages of pregnancy, 2015. Since then, I didn't know what to do. I make films, but I had no idea how to write about it. I had 2 kids after that. During the pandemic, I started writing. That took a year. And the full production took about 4 years more. So,
Wow.
It's beautiful.
5 years to make it.
Yes. Excellent. See, it wasn't as long as you thought.
I'm Alice. I directed, I wrote and directed End Meeting. And I think I wrote it January of last year. We shot in months, so full pregnancy.
That makes sense, yeah.
But we shot over 2 days and then like a half day in my apartment. We did the Zoom call and then shot it practically. A 2-day shoot in the office.
Excellent. So, yeah, let's hear it. Yeah. Who?
We have Bianca Lambert joining us. You want to come off mute, Bianca?
Bianca, can you turn your camera on?
Okay, I thought I was just gonna be,
You don't want to talk?
saying, hi, everybody, I'm Bianca Lambert. Sorry I'm off camera, I'm a little under the weather. I'm the writer and director of Super High, a period piece. Happy to be
Wait,
here.
Bianca, before you say anything else, what address are you at, just in case things go south?
All right, say that one more time.
What address are you at in case we have to send an ambulance? But you weren't here for the whole movie screening, so it was just a badly important time joke. I wish it was funnier, but I'm not that funny.
No, it was like, look, I'm like, no, it was great. It's perfect.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I'll direct the first question to Alice, because she's just standing right next to me. So now that you got to experience your film being shown in this venue, did anything surprise you about the reactions to your film? Laughs or jeers or...
Well, I mean, it's amazing to hear people laugh. Like, that's the best feeling in the world when you're doing comedy. And I think dark comedy is interesting because I can feel, like, it's just like, it's spooky when it's like people are realizing the turns that are happening. And so it's cool to watch people go on the roller coaster with me. Yeah, but I don't know if there's anything that's super surprising. I've had a couple screenings, but there's always something at the end. I premiered at Brooklyn Film Festival, and the woman behind me just went, oh. I was like, oh no, that's how people feel now.
Sometimes they're supposed to.
No one groaned like that here that I heard, so I hope you guys liked it.
I think somebody got a little teared up. I'm not going to point to anybody else. For your film, was there anything that that you wish had made the final cut that didn't make the final cut?
No, I got everything I wanted and more from this film, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And because it's kind of a film within a film, I had way more material than I could have ever dreamed of. So sorry for the boring answer, but no.
That's okay. That's okay.
Everything I wanted with this short film. It's a great. I think it's a nice story. So.
Yes, everybody did enjoy it. So, what makes you more proud? The fact that this project came to completion and it is what it is, or the amount of yourself you seem to have been able to put into the film?
It's a tough answer. I think the fact that I was able to express what I wanted to express, and that it's delivering a message, it's communicating something, touching people.
Were you surprised by any of the reactions the crowd had to your film?
No, definitely not.
That's the right nonchalant answer
Yeah.
for a filmmaker. How much of yourself, you can each answer this however you like, how much of yourself was in the film we saw?
Everything. Austin Lee is a figment of my imagination, and he has a whole entire universe that he inhabits, and that's going to be another film, so that'll all come out. But I'd like to say art is a form of resistance. We're in a very difficult time in our nation's history, and so by creating things that touch people's lives, the lives of the people in here, and laughter is resistance. I was happy as hell to sit here and hear people laugh at our piece. It was very fun. Thank you.
Just to add to that, we put all of ourselves in this film. Everyone in this film is actually part of our village, part of our community. And what we started to realize is that as we age, because we are like, everybody in there is extra grown, extra grown, that because you get older, you don't stop creating. And he spoke of resistance. As a black woman, we're all traumatized right now. We're all going through trauma. But I realize is that when we can create joy and we can perpetuate joy. Like that in itself is a revolutionary act, period. We laugh all the time.
Yeah.
So this film, all of the laughter, that's us. So every time you can get out there and laugh and express, that in itself is a revolution. So I'm like,
Hear, hear.
here for the revolution. All of these films, this is so amazing. Thank you, Sanjay. Like what?
Thank you for sharing.
You can't get a curated group of block of films like this just anywhere. You know, think of all the subject matters that were covered in all of these stories that are all unique and all perfect for each of us that we were here. We had a story to tell and we have a place to tell it. So it's lovely. Thank you.
And we can't say definitively that these projects would not have seen as many eyes as they did, but we certainly know that Nuku gave it that extra chance to get seen by more people. And as someone who loves watching films and who loves making films and loves being a part of things, that is so important about the future of the way we consume storytelling. It's always changing. It's changing faster than it ever has. But the fact is, you want to share your story with people, and Nuku gives people that chance. Did you have to do anything that you didn't expect to complete your project?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think, I had to meet, Elijah's father, and this is somebody who I've heard about for a long time, but I had to meet in a very sensitive moment, and I think as a documentary filmmaker, you have to be prepared for that. I knew Elijah for years before I made this film, but I didn't know his father, and that I'm capturing him interviewing his father for the first time, and I'm taking that in while thinking about my own film. It's a lot of just maneuvering and kind of just improvisation on my part to make sure I'm getting what I want, that Elijah's getting what he wants, and that we're being fair to his father as well. And that was a big moment for me. Yeah.
Excellent. Hey Bianca, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. So, if someone gave you a bunch of resources to do your project, again, I don't know where the microphone is, so I'm just walking around. If someone gave you a huge amount of resources to do your project again, how differently do you think you would do it?
You know what's interesting is I think I would do it pretty much the same because I have such a great team. Like if you guys watch Super High, I went into this not realizing how much animation costs. I think being great is the only reason I was able to like go forth and make this film. And so I ended up taking out a loan to pay for a $125,000 loan to pay for it, and I have no regrets about that. So I think if I had to do all over again, I would do it with the same team, with the same way we did it. It worked out so well. I learned so much from it. So any funding would be so helpful because I actually want to make an anthology about Black women's health issues. So we actually have another film coming out soon. We finished one, finished the second one. So yeah, sorry that was a long-winded answer, but I have such a great team, and all of us above the line, we're all female, which was amazing, and we're like, yeah, so we worked really well together, so yeah, funding would be great.
That was not a long-winded answer at all. We appreciate you sharing your thoughts. And actually that brings up a really good point. Just because only one of the projects can actually be the best movie for Nukhufest 2025, that doesn't mean that tonight ends with a quote-unquote loss. We are here to connect, we are here to network. You never know what the person sitting next to you, what connections they have. So before you leave tonight, definitely trade that information, use this opportunity, whether or not you were selected as the best movie of 2025 or if you weren't. So take that opportunity to network because that is what the film community is. It's a big network to try to help us accomplish our dreams in telling our stories. I'd like to open it up to questions from the audience for any of the filmmakers we have up here. Just raise your hand and we can take some questions.
I have a question for Bianca.
Lay it on me. Bianca, are you with us?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Hi.
All right, question from the audience.
Can
The
you
girl
hear
from
me
Queens.
okay? The girl from Queens. Can you hear me okay, sis?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I loved your film. It resonated with me so much. I just wanted to know if that cacao actually works.
Oh, if the cannabis works?
Yeah, the cannabis cacao.
Okay, so a fun fact. So this is a real thing. Whoopi Goldberg used to have a cannabis line. Up until like 2020, like they closed it. So what you see in the film is in fact true. It does work. But take the dose the correct way. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But yeah, it definitely helped so much, but obviously it didn't help. And at the time, I didn't know that I had an anxiety disorder, so I can't actually take any cannabis anymore.
Yeah.
But if you're a cannabis person, I highly recommend using it if you're debilitating cramps.
Thank you so much for the film and sharing that message. I loved it.
Oh my gosh, of course. I'm so, when I was making, one more little quick fact. So I took pretty much everybody around me through this process, through making the film, and my dad was a big part of it. And he was like, and mind you, this was an animatic, right? So it's like black and white, you just see blood, and it's not animated at all. He's like, does it have to be blood? And I'm like, yeah. There must be blood. I want more blood, but if it is complimentary, I was like, maybe I'll pull back a little bit.
I love that there was blood. Like the real thing, you know?
Yeah. So I'm so happy that it's resonated with you guys. Like, as a first-time filmmaker, I didn't really understand the whole process, but now that I've done it once, I want to keep going. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do any other members of the audience have any questions for our filmmakers? Bianca, the lights just went out. Now they came back on. Wait a minute. I'm getting a message. There you go.
Hi. Can I ask a question for everyone?
Sure.
So like, as a filmmaker myself, I feel like for me, so much of the process of filmmaking is so hard and so draining and exhausting. And it's like you prepare so much and you prepare, and then there's always something that is like unexpectedly difficult about every project that you just didn't see going into it. So I just wanted to ask everyone if there was like one part of the process that was unexpectedly difficult for you guys.
We'll start with that.
Yeah, locations. It's the fucking worst. I wrote this specifically because I was like, there's so much empty office space in New York. Surely this will be a thing that I can get. And it was like I was trying to get like a floor of like a luxury office space, and I like through like different contacts, I like did tour a couple, and then they were like, yeah, that's $20,000 a day. I'm like, oh no, I'm in a little short film. That's a indie film, and they were like, no. Like that's also their discount. Like so, what I really lucked out with Backlot, they are like a locations management production company. They had all of these like abandoned WeWorks, and I actually shot on the weekend in this production company's office, not even one of their like locations that they rent out. But it was great, yeah. And James, my production designer, is here, and James.
All right, James.
That's what I didn't have to worry about. How good James is. Okay, I'll let other people talk.
It's all right. So as I said, there can only be one best movie, but if you're looking for funding, retail office space in Manhattan seems to be a good gig for you. 20 grand a day for the discounted rate. Wow. That's the discount. That's the friendly discount. Hardest thing about making your film?
Honestly, it's the same. It was the same thing for me. I had to be really resourceful with my locations, and the scene where we went and filmed an interview with Eli's father. I didn't know how I wanted to film that and what kind of setting, so we chose to shoot it outside in Manhattan, which was the worst decision you could ever possibly make. It's 105 degrees out. My camera actually failed because it got heat damage, and then when I finally got it working again, we chose the loudest location outside, some office, I forget what, just a courtyard of an office in downtown Manhattan, where it's like we don't have permits, we have nothing. And we just did it, and you know, it was just a real pain. And I mean, the content was great, but I don't have the resources or the time to book an office space or book somebody's apartment or make this thing as authentically, you know, an Oprah-style conversation. So I had to do it outside of Manhattan in a, you know, during the workday while people are going in and out of the office building. And it's crazy, but that's what I do and that's what I have to do. And that was the hardest thing about making this film. Yeah.
Before you said that you were in the loudest place in Manhattan, I thought that now the music stopped, so it's not a funny joke. I was going to say 62 Orchard Street, second floor. It's the second loudest place here in Manhattan. We have a question out in the back there.
Could you guys talk about the ones that did like live action
We
stuff?
didn't hear the rest of the answer.
We're going to get to it. Yep.
The rest of the answer for what?
You want the ones who did live action to speak
Yeah,
up?
I wanted to ask about the type of cameras they used.
All right, cool. We're going to get to that question. Why don't we finish up with you two telling us the challenges
yes,
of filming?
many challenges. So Flocky, because Flocky is an animated film, first it's extremely expensive to do. Then was a very slow production of 5 years. You need more than 50 people working on this film. You need them all engaged forever and ever with you. And you have to give that passion to all of them to stay. And it's an independent film, but I was lucky enough during the pandemic to get best top animators that are out there for traditional animation. That means everybody else that joined had to have the skills as high as these people. So it was extremely difficult to find talent that was able to do that. I did, but also, engaging for many years. Sounds like 100 years, but for the whole production to finish it. So that was right.
Yeah. Challenging segment. Biggest challenges?
Doing it is our first time filmmakers.
We're first.
And so we used it as like a film school, but I want to say you said struggle, I heard you say struggle. The joy and the happiness is in the struggle to get it done. So
you can struggle, but try not to suffer. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can struggle. One of our challenges was we didn't know how, this demographic of talent, how they were going to do on set for 10 hours and not get too high.
because we were smoking weed.
It's like a little, but glaucoma. But all of them were so down to be a part of something, and they were invested in the characters and all of that. Technically, I wish our director Jacob was here. The last scene that we shot, his battery pack, one of the packs in the audio totally died. He didn't know, and he had to go back and redo all of the dialogue in ADR, in post. And so to go back, and our leading man, he's like, I'll wait for you. We did that several times. And I think it came out great, but that, and most of our talent had handicap stickers for when they were parking. But do you know, they still got tickets. You know what I mean? So it's like trying to keep the talent happy, but everyone there, their energy level was through the roof.
It was amazing stuff.
Because they were invested. So if you can find that one thing that lights you up within the struggle, that's how you get through it. It shouldn't be torture. You know what I mean? I mean, you could be a tortured artist if you want to.
But people had so much fun on our shoot.
They did.
It was like people who had experience were like, this was the best shoot I've ever been on. Our director, Jacob McCaslin, who, as Tangie said, was amazing. Despite that going on, he was just cool with everybody. We all felt like we were just having a good time. I practiced law during the day, and I'm 60 and I can still bend and stretch, but we had to get out there and do this show. And Tangie, who's like this amazing producer, she was like, okay, well, we got to make sure we have, our catering's got to be right. We got to make sure that everything's going to be there on time. We have to have parking for everybody. So, it's also having the right people who can adapt and who are, who can go with the flow and fix the problems and be resourceful and responsible.
And a lot of faith. You don't have to be religious, but you will find a God You will find some sort of spirituality within deep, within you. We didn't know anything about how to shoot a film. Jeffrey just knew that he wanted to shoot a music video. And Jacob was, and still is, my husband he was in there, he was playing the piano. He is a musician and vocalist and composer. He did a lot of the recording of all of the songs, and Jacob is our engineer. We didn't even know he shot film. And so just sharing our art, he then was like, oh wow, this is great. And just in passing, we said we want to shoot a music video, but actually we want to make it a short film. And he was like,
Said,
cool.
do you have a story? I said,
yes.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, I can do that. I have a whole crew. This is, and I mean, he does a million different things. So there is a such thing as alignment. You can be technically savvy and know all of the terminology of everything. By the way, we don't know what camera he shot. We don't know.
You gotta ask Jacob.
You know what I mean? But if you've got to open yourself up to the things that you don't know, and allow space for whatever to come in. And that's what we did. That's what we continue to do.
That's my girl.
Thank you. Hey, Bianca, you want to share some words about your challenges and struggles during your filmmaking process?
I'd say it started just trying to find a studio to work with, like, cause I'm not an animator, so trying to find people, and like when you're like Googling it, it's like Marvel or Disney or Pixar, these like giant studios that pop up. But I through a colleague, he mentioned a studio based in Atlanta that I was able to work with. So I think the biggest key there with that challenge was just kind of like talking to people about what I wanted to do, and being open to sharing, because without me like sharing that I wanted to make an animated film, I would have never found that studio through my colleague. So I think that was like the biggest part of it, because Pixar is not going to take on. It'd be like $1 million. So just trying to find something that made sense.
Probably a little more than $1 million. You might want to start that with a bill, capital B.
Totally.
But just so all the stories that were told about the challenges and struggles, for the young man that asked the question, I feel like I'm narrating for Bianca. But the stories that they told, many filmmakers can say the exact same thing. So it's just really getting out there and doing it.
Yeah.
That's basically it. You got to get out there and do it. So for our live action, to answer that question, we know that you guys don't know the model camera you use.
Not a clue. It was a good one.
Very good. Yeah, that thing's super charged. Can you share the film quick?
Yeah, I use the Sony FX30, which is a very small handheld digital camera and DSLR camera, and I use one zoom lens, so pretty simple.
Huh?
Nice.
Very simple. And how about you?
Yeah, we shot on the Red. My DP is Dan Whitrock. Everyone should hire him. He's the fucking best. And
Two
I
F-bombs
know
for
we
that.
had a lens kit somewhere, but I don't know what the lenses exactly were. But what I was gonna say, the other thing is like the people, right? It's the people that you build. That's like what you guys were saying too. Like indie filmmaking, it's like you're all doing a passion project. There's just not the market. I mean, we pray that Nuku is the answer for everyone. But
So
like,
wait.
but it's
Look at Sanjay's father.
you feel this need to do it, and then you find people that you also can feel that need with, and that's like the most important thing. Like I wouldn't have even been here if like my friend James wasn't like constantly encouraging me to like just write it, we'll do it, we'll know how to do it, and so that's really what it is.
You can't fix it till you write it.
That's right. Is it time, Sanjay?
It is time.
Sanjay, why don't you come over here and join me?
Oh boy.
All right. Can we block the screen?
Yes.
Wait. So, I just want to address that question about the type of camera. I don't know how many people in this room know this, but one of the most notable things that Sanjay and I did together got us on the Tonight Show. back when it was hosted by Jay Leno. Has anybody seen that? You guys haven't seen? You've seen? All right. I know some people have seen it. Well, there's a couple of things about it. Number one, it was when you were at NYU. It was a film contest, Jay Leno's student film contest. They selected 3 films that were the finalists. Yours was one of them. And actually, it was Jay and Roper, Rich Roper, were like the critiques of the films, and they said that they liked Sanjay's the best.
Wow.
So we got to go out to LA, do the whole Jay Leno thing. It was completely incredible. I'm sure that the version of it exists somewhere online.
It's online.
It's called, well, here's the bad part of it. I think we got selected because it was funny. And it was funny because I was bathing in milk in my underwear in the movie. And one of the happiest memories I have is Sanjay filming me in the bath of milk. Sanjay's father behind him going, good, yeah, now scratch your eggs, Yeah, and it was gold. So it was called double stuffed dunk. You got a double stuffed dunk. But that was filmed on like the first version of the pocket flip camera. That was the whole point of the contest.
That's right.
Was the movies had to be filmed on that particular camera. It was probably 10 generations behind what you have in your pocket right now with the iPhone. So that's a true story, and I still talk about that because it enters into my life at least once a week, telling people about being on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
The various successes you've had.
Well, my successes are diminished in your presence. All right, it is time to announce the best movie for Nukhufest 2025. Are you ready to hear the best movie 2025? Make some noise. Voted online. But before we announce our winner, how about a big round of applause to all of our finalists? And the best movie for 2025 Nukhufest is Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Listen, some jokes work well in the car on the way over. Just kidding. The best movie for Nukhufest 2025 is Grandpa's Got a So why don't you say a few words on
participation.
Big win, big 10-year legacy of the best movie.
And so we're so happy to be here in New York City, where if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right? So,
Oh, he's getting emotional.
I am. Our team is so amazing. So, I want to thank all of them. It's just been a transformative experience, and this is so exciting. Thank you so much. Mary, would you like to say something?
Yeah, this is so exciting to be here for our New York live premiere.
For his 62nd
For my
birthday.
Monday, I turned 66, so
All right.
yeah, and we're just thrilled. Thank you so much for watching our story and liking it and voting for it, and we're just thrilled. And we're love to Jacob back home, our director, and our whole crew, all of our Buddhist family who all participated in this. So, Tangi?
I won't say too much more because I know I've been talking a lot. Thank you for this ball. It's fitting that, we won, we get balls.
Right.
And
And it's a big ball.
Big ones,
big
yeah.
ball. Mama, we made it. I gotta.
And we're having a ball.
Exactly.
And we're having a ball. Holding a ball.
This is, it's so much bigger than maybe, someone on the outside would think. I mean, we all live in Los Angeles and traveled here specifically to be here for this because we believe in what you're doing. And I just had a birthday as well. I just turned 50.
The hell you say?
And because of opportunities like this has been such a reminder, not just for me, but for all of us, that this is just the beginning. Do not go quietly into the night.
Every day is a new beginning.
And it's a new beginning, and I feel like as long as we still have stories to tell them. And when you get to 50, you just don't give up. So keep going, and thank you so much. This is so amazing. Thank you so much.
So before we wrap up Nukhufest 2025, I would like you to give a big round of applause to all of the volunteers that came together to work with Sanjay and his family to put this together. Keep the energy going for all of our filmmakers that submitted Nukhufest.com is so much more than just the 10 finalists for the best movie. And keep that energy up for Sanjay's parents, Neil and Sarita Singh. As I said before, I am always amazed about the amount of support and love that they give to Sanjay, and it's really something really warms my heart to see. If my father was still here, he would be just as surprised, because any creative endeavor I got into, he'd be like, why the hell are you doing that? So I really admire it. And actually, I'm like part of Sanjay's family. I worked with his father for years, and they continue to treat me like part of the family. So thank you so much. Give them that love, give them that energy. And keep that energy going for the family of YouTube. This is Sanjay! So stick around. We have some light bites. We have some refreshments for you. The night is just beginning for us. And remember, if you're that type of movie fan that tells all of your friends, hey, you got to see this. We need your help. Become a Nukhu ambassador. Find out all about it right now. Support that film community at Nukhu.com. That's NUKHU.com. Thank you so much for joining us at Nukhufest 2025. And we will see you back next year.
That's why I give it up for Big Mike Sangiamo.
I'm nothing without this guy. His eminence was imminent when I was merely eminent. Yeah.